the Pingos of Tuktoyaktuk, giants of the Arctic landscape that have stood for 1,000 years. But is this national Canadian landmark at risk of being lost forever due to the impending destruction of climate change? Welcome to Inspired Risk, a production company dedicated to raising awareness and empowering people to protect and serve as guardians of the natural world and its wildlife. Tuktuuyaktuk, a remote community on the shores of the Arctic Ocean in Canada's Northwest Territories, where the land tells a story of resilience, tradition, and adaptation.
In English, it's known as Tuktuuyaktuk, but the correct pronunciation in Inuvialuit, our language, is Tuktuuyaktuuq, Tuktuuyaktuuq. So I try to educate people to pronounce it properly. It is a bit of a tongue twister, but it's also known colloquially, nicknamed Tuk, just simply as Tuk. So we're a small hamlet on the shores of the Arctic Ocean. We're in Canada's Western Arctic in the Inuvialuit settlement region. Our population is mainly Inuvialuit. We do have Gwich'in, Dene, Métis, and non-Indigenous residents as well.
This peninsula is covered in thick permafrost, known to be more than 50,000 years old. Here, amidst the awe-inspiring Arctic beauty, we find the remarkable Pingos, nature's unique ice-cored hills. But these stunning formations face an uncertain future, as does the community that lives beside them.
You have the Pingos, Pingos. People call it Pingos. There's no G in it. It's Pingos. Pingo is one, and that's the marker of this area.
Pingos are fascinating geological structures formed when water trapped in the permafrost freezes and expands, creating these stunning mounds. They can reach heights over 50 meters, rising majestically above the tundra. These natural wonders are more than just geological features. They hold deep significance for the local Inuvialuit.
First of all, the Pingos are a landmark for the Inuvialuit people. They always have been, generations past, and for myself, they're my everyday view, right? I wake up and I see the Pingos, but I also go there quite often. It's a place where I've camped by myself. I've tattooed myself on top Ibiuk. So they're very personal to me. I know the family of red fox pups that live up there, and we go there quite a bit every summer. They provide us berries for the whole year. Like cranberries are very abundant on Split Pingo, so we go there quite often.
There are many Pingos within the Pingo Canadian Landmark area, all ranging in size and diameter. The most well-known Pingo in this area is Ibiuk. The tallest in Canada at a height of 50 meters, 160 feet, above sea level. Ibiuk is one of the younger Pingos in the area, estimated at around 1,000 years old, so luckily it is still increasing in height by a few centimeters every year. Since about 1990, several older Pingos have started to melt. For the Inuvialuit of Tuktoyaktuk, Pingos are an integral part of their cultural heritage. They have long served as landmarks, guiding hunters and fishermen through the vast snowy landscapes. But the impacts of climate change threaten not only the Pingos, but the very way of life that holds them with such reverence. As temperatures rise, the permafrost is melting at an alarming rate, causing many Pingos to lose their structural integrity. Over the last few decades, the number of Pingos in this region has dramatically decreased. This loss signifies a broader ecological imbalance and the erosion of cultural ties. Shore erosion is nothing new in Tuktuuyaktuk, but what is new is the pace at which it is happening. The Arctic is warming up almost twice as fast as the rest of the planet. Several factors, like thawing permafrost, shorter sea ice season, more severe storms, and rising sea level contribute to the increased rate of erosion along the Arctic coast.
The land has gotten smaller. There's been a lot of erosion. I brought my children to the point, where the Arctic Ocean sign is, and the bank was so high, like at least 5 feet high. The whole peninsula that juts out right into the ocean there and protects the harbor. And there was a ship, Vince Steen's ship was there, his boat. So it's eroded quite a bit. Now there's nothing there.
A small peninsula known as the Point at the most northern tip of the hamlet promises to disappear altogether amid some of the most extreme coastal erosion on the planet. People's homes and even the local graveyard are in danger of slipping into the ocean. If prevention cannot be attained, it is simply a question of when rather than if.
I think every single person on the planet would benefit from traveling to the north and getting a different perspective on things, but also being able to really see firsthand. Like, I can take you for a boat ride in the summer and show you global warming. You can touch it, and you can see the exposed ice, and you can watch it melt right in front of your eyes. You can watch the coastline fall into the ocean right in front of you. That perspective of we do affect our planet, we are connected to it. One of the most successful things the corporate world has ever done is really disconnect us from our environment. So if you're disconnected from your environment, do you really give a shit if they're polluting the river? You don't drink that water. Well, when you come here and you take a glass of water and you drink it right out of the lake, if you watch some guy in his motorboat go by and he's spilling gas everywhere, you're gonna be pissed, right? Because you're going, that really affects me.
Residents whose homes sit in the path of this dramatic erosion have been offered lots at Reindeer Point before their homes literally fall into the ocean. But these residents hold some hesitancy to the new location since the area is far away from the center of the community. The relocation of these homes isn't a simple and quick process. The offered lots require a gravel pad under the house to protect the permafrost from thawing and shifting. The pad needs to sit for at least a year to settle before any structure can be placed on top of it. To make matters more complicated, the hamlet received funding to relocate the private houses from the point, but that does not include insurance in case the buildings are damaged during the move. Moving these homes over Tuktoyaktuk's bumpy roads may cause damage that the residents simply cannot afford to repair. Over the recent years, the community has tried, with moderate success, to slow the erosion. Using boulders as breakwaters along the most exposed sections of shoreline, as well as geotextile, a fabric that covers the shore to help it maintain its integrity. Concrete pads have also been used, but there is simply only so much a small community can do when facing the wrath of nature and building reinforcements on land that is literally melting under their feet. When it comes to global warming, northern communities are the first ones to feel the severe effects, with very little action available for them to slow it down. They are doing everything in their power to protect the hamlet, but there is one thing they cannot prevent: the permafrost thaw. All that can be done is the hopes of actions being taken by those down south to care for the environment, to push for actions to prevent further climate change and protect such environments like the Inuvialuit hamlet of Tuktoyaktuk and the enigmatic Pingos across the horizon. As the sun sets over the Arctic, it casts a warm glow on this fragile ecosystem. The Pingos stand as silent sentinels, guardians of history and culture, reminding us of the urgent need for conservation. You can make a difference. Support organizations dedicated to preserving the Arctic and its indigenous cultures. Share this video to raise awareness and inspire others to take action for our planet's future. Together, we can protect these treasures for generations to come. If you're willing and able, here are just some actions you can take for conservation, climate change, and animal welfare.